Heath Ledger did something iconic that no one has really been able to do again. But it's sad because he died. But this is not something that we should really focus on. What we should focus on is what he did and what he accomplished. Because there's this theory or statement that, when you have one door that opens, or one person opens the door for you. So Jared Leto could arguably say that Heath Ledger opened the door for him to do his role. Problem is, no one really knows what his role was because there's so much footage that was cut. But it's not even about that. It's about knowing who you are as a character. Like, my Joker series currently is getting pretty creepy. But it matches what my story is. See, characters, you can't be afraid of being a specific character. You can't be afraid of doing something that you know works. But because you have nothing to base it off of, you're not sure if it works. See, people were unsure of what Heath Ledger was doing with the Joker. But now, he's more brilliant than any other Joker that's ever been created. And that was something he didn't even want. He didn't want to steal the stage from Jack Nicholson. And he did. But because Christopher Nolan allowed him to do that, I don't know if anyone besides Heath could have saved himself from death. He wasn't sleeping. He was one of those manic people that was always awake. So he was the Joker that doesn't sleep. But even people that don't sleep die at some point. I haven't slept in a day, and I don't feel that manic right now, but I also don't feel that tired. But the point is that you can't worry about death, and you can't worry about life or lives lost. You've got to just believe that in the end, everything will be okay. No matter what the situation is, everything will be okay. Now, I can't tell you that you who are scared and want to end your life, that you shouldn't do it. I mean, I don't think you should, but the thing is, I believe in all of you. Anyone who watches this video, I am talking to you. I believe in you. You might not believe in me. You might not even know who I am, and that's okay. That's okay, because it's not about me. It's about you. See, real actors do not become vain with their caricatures or with their... Leonardo DiCaprio loses himself in the role of the people he's playing. Heath Ledger loses himself in the role of the people he's playing. There aren't that many actors that can do this. Robin Williams loses himself into the roles he's playing. But he's always acting, and he died too, and fortunately he committed suicide. Heath Ledger didn't kill himself. It was because of some accident with drugs that he died. He wasn't planning to kill himself, but part of him, he was killing himself because he wasn't sleeping properly. And that's one of the most dangerous things to do, which is to toy with the brain, to toy with the mind. And the problem is, a lot of people would recommend that you don't become these characters because it's going to be really physically damaging or mentally damaging, as you would have, or we experienced with Heath Ledger. But I finished I Am Heath Ledger, and I think it's a very fantastic documentary. It really shows all sides of Heath, not just the Joker, which is something that's going to exist for so long. And a part of me thinks, you know what? He was amazing, but he shouldn't be remembered for a psychopath. He should be remembered for himself. And the close people, the people really close to him, will always remember him as Heath. They won't remember him as the Joker, they'll remember him as Heath. But he did something that's like what J.K. Rowling did with Harry Potter. Like, she is Harry Potter. Everything that Harry Potter is her. Everything the Joker isn't Heath Ledger. But everything that the Joker is in The Dark Knight is Heath Ledger. But what you people have got to do is you have to look beyond the Joker. You can't just see the Joker. Because that's not who he was. It's tragic that he died because of that. Even though he was filming another movie, he had finished The Dark Knight. It's sad, but we can't think of Heath Ledger as the man who was the Joker. We have to think of Heath Ledger as the man who was multi-talented, who nailed every role he put himself in, and a man who challenged himself, a man who didn't give up when someone said no, a man who succeeded in what he wanted to accomplish with every role he played. Brokeback Mountain, the Joker. Well, that's not the title of the movie, but the point is, a gay cowboy who ends up, I guess, straight. I don't really know what's going on with that. I haven't seen the movie, but gay cowboy, the Joker, just a regular guy, well, not regular, but just Heath Ledger and 10 Things I Hate About You. His night movies, his surfing movie, which looks pretty cool. I think I would want to check that out. You gotta remember Heath Ledger as that guy. You can't remember Heath Ledger as a psychopath. It's not fair. He was more than that character. And that's the problem. And that's why I guess Jared Leto, have very huge shoes to fill. Because of what Heath was able to do. What he did to himself to become this character. We need somebody that can go to the dark places that Heath went into without actually literally going into them and going insane and dying. But he didn't die because of insanity. He died because of lack of sleep. So that's a bit different. But that's what I think.